Hello everyone, myself Tarun. Now we're going to discuss a small project of data science in detail. Looking forward for it. In our present era, where information is real wealth, where information is power, where information is used to shape business, information is everything, isn't it? Yes, it is. Coming to our interaction, our project deals with the data analysis of air traffic landing statistics of an airport in San Francisco. We collect data regarding many parameters like landing count, total wear, aircraft vision, etc. You can also check the dataset URL in the slide below. Coming to the data analysis, there are few steps involved in data analysis. 1. Collection of data. 2. Pre-processing and cleaning of data. 3. Data visualization and statistics. And the last one, hypothesis testing. Data collection. Data collection is nothing but the collection of data in a systematic and accurate one from many data sources. First step is like collecting the raw data. Here you can see the code that is used to read the CSV file. And this during collection of data we use pandas libraries as it has some inbuilt data structures in it. So it is used because manipulation and analyzing of data in it is very easy. Now Abhishek will take the lead in the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dharan. Now I would like to discuss about data pre-processing and data cleaning. Data pre-processing means converting raw data into understandable format such that further data analysis can take place. We need to do data pre-processing to remove all the misvalues, outrange values, impossible data combinations in a raw data. The steps involved in data pre-processing are data cleaning, data integration, data transformation, data reduction, data discretization. We can see that the shape function gives the total number of columns and total number of rows. Here we can see that the total number of rows are 13,914 and the total number of columns are 14. And by the info function, we get the data type and total non-null count. By using the isNull.sum function, we can get the null count, and we observed that hyphen is not considered as a null count. And by using the code which is shown by the cursor, the hyphen is also considered as a null value. And also we observed that in aircraft version, the values in it are not only integer but also in strings. Now this code helps will remove the extra string parts and consider only positive integer values. Now using drop now function, the data will be cleaned. In this way, the data cleaning process will take place. Now further, Banu will continue.
Thank you, Abhishek. I am Banu. I am going to say about data visualization. Data visualization is a graphical representation of information and data by using the visual elements like charts, graphs, and maps. Visualization tool provides the way to see and understand the trends and patterns in the data. Here is a code of activity period. Activity period is in integer form. We need to convert into string, which break the integer into a year and month. Minimum value. Minimum value represents activity period column, gives the start date and data frame. And similarly, maximum value in the activity period column gives the end date of data frame. Time range. What is time range? Time range is a period between starting date and ending date. This is a plot of published airline IATA code versus count. We observe from graph that UAASDL has major contribution in publishment of airlines. Here is a plot of operating airline IATA code versus count. We can observe from the graph that UAASO has major contribution in operating of airlines. Here is a plot of aircraft model versus count. We observe that the model 737 and 747 has the maximum land-ins in the prescribed time period. Here, we initialize the empty string and looping over aircraft manufacturer column, and if I is not in the array, it will get appended. This code gives the total number of unique manufacturers in the column, and the plot is aircraft manufacturer versus count. We observe that Boeing is a major contribution in manufacturing. In this code, we group by activity period and sum the landings over the time period, and we see that there are some spikes, as that might be the vacation week, and also there is gradual increase in landings over the time period. Now we are grouping operating airlines and summing the landing count over the airlines. We get the following plot. We can observe that Southern Air has the maximum landing sum. Now we are grouping published airlines and summing the landing count over the airline. We get the following plot, and we can see that United States serve CO has the maximum landing sum. Now my friend Uday will continue.
Hello, I am Uday Kumar. Now I will be continuing the remaining part of data visualization. Here we can see the scatter plot, which is the plot of aircraft manufacturer versus landing count. In this slide, we can see the box plot of landing count and the total landing weight. Here is a distribution of landing count and the total landing weight. The pie slots of the aircraft manufacturer and aircraft body type is plotted below, and we can see Boeing has majority count of 67.3% and aircraft of wide body has highest count of 50.9%. Grouping up by the activity period and summing up to frames gives the following plot. Grouping up by the activity period and landing count and separating the domestic and international flights gives the following plot, and we see domestic plots has much greater landings over international landings, and the domestic has some gradual increase in the landings, but the international flights landings has much lesser increase over the time. Grouping up by the activity period and GEO region and summing the landing. Here we share GEO regions to total traffic generated in this plot. Now data statistics will be explained in detail by Pranav Raj. Thank you.
Statistics is basically a science that involves data collection, data interpretation, and finally data validation. So for statistics part, we have calculated mean, median, mode, and variance for landing count and total landed weight. As in our data, we have only this statistical information for analysis, and we have categorized them by activity period and aircraft body type. By describe function, we get total count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and maximum values. By var function, we get the variance of the landing count and the total landing weight, and similarly for mean, median, and mode. Now we will be grouping the landing count by the activity period so that we can check the statistics for different time period. We will get the mean, median, mode, and variance by the method as shown in the code. Similarly, we will be grouping by aircraft body type, and same will be done as explained above. We will be doing this so as to understand the statistics for different body type. Now my friend Rohan will be continuing the hypothesis testing part.
Hey, I'm Rohan. I'm here to continue the hypothesis testing part of our project. Hypothesis testing is basically the explanation on the basis of limited evidences. Null hypothesis is represented by H0, and our null hypothesis is the mean number of landings over the activity period is equal to the mean number of landings over the another activity period, and the alternative hypothesis, which is represented by H1, which is alternative to our null hypothesis. which means the mean number of landings over this period is not equal to the mean number of landings over the other set of period. The library used in the library used for this calculation is SciPy, which stands for Scientific Python, which is a scientific computation library that uses NumPy underneath. It provides more utility functions for optimization, states, and signal processing. In our array 1, we will be storing the mean number of landings over the period, this period, and the array 2 stores the mean number of landings over this period. After the calculation, we get test statistics to be 0.6 and p-value to be 0.54. We cannot reject this hypothesis because the p-value is greater than 0.05. If the p-value is less than 0.05, we will be surely rejecting the hypothesis. These are our team members: Thanurmerga, myself, Venkatabanu, Uday Kumar, Chikati Abhishek, and Pranav Raj. Thank you, and special thanks to our professor and TAs for providing these opportunities in doing this project. Thank you.